What is going on, YouTube? And welcome back to a new video on my channel. I'm Marcel. I'm your host. No, whatever. But today I have a new F1 Esports video for all of you. And it is Japan SUZUKA. So I'm just not gonna talk much now. I will ask you, if you enjoy these videos, to please leave a like, subscribe, hit the bell, and leave a comment for the algorithm if you want to. If not, all good. Enjoy the video. I will see you for the recap afterwards. And here it is. Qualifying in SUZUKA. This is actually a track which suits me a lot. I love it. It is literally Silverstone and SUZUKA are my two favorite Formula 1 circuits of all time. I mean, Hockenheim is also right there, but it's not an F1 track right now, so yeah, unlucky. Anyways, this track is actually something special to me because technically I've had my first pole that didn't get removed, but it got removed in the end in 2020 because I had a free grip penalty from the race before. So I qualified P1, but I started P4, so that basically didn't count as a pole, but it was a pole position. It didn't get taken away. Where I've beaten Freddy in Q3 2020. Yeah. Just one of these F1 esports things that happen to me every now and then. I don't know why, but apparently I'm never allowed to get P1 in qualifying. But we are on a pretty good lap here. Purple in sector 1. And now we have to take the final chicane a lot, which we don't. It's still very clean, you could cut that way more. We stay tight to cross the line and finish P2. But we get moved down to P3 by our teammate Freddy, which is enough, so Q1 very solid. And we're now heading into Q2, where we usually struggle more, and we go a bit wide here. Don't hook up the first corner perfectly. But all of this is looking really neat and tidy. A little bit too late on the turn in here. On this part we get a little bit of understeer, but it's not really bad. Still looks fairly clean. Should be faster, but it's not bad. Like, there's so much time we can find. Like, on my previous lap the final chicane was really bad. So everything here is looking neat and tidy. No big mistakes, just smooth driving. Maybe not pushing too much, but we are improving by a 10th, which is of course not enough to move up to the top 10 easily. But we are on a good lap. We've also hit a fairly decent spoon corner. Now leading into 130R, flat out of course through there. And now hard braking into the chicane, and can we get the cut this time? And now we make it even worse than in Q1, and that cost us so much time. We still gained on our previous lap, but there's definitely a 10th in there, and with that it's a 993. Here I'm super pissed off. I didn't want to hear anything, and we definitely had a 10th in there, so yeah, 462 in the finals like that is really embarrassing. Should be at least high 3, so over half a 10th minimum, and that should be enough to get through to Q3. But now we was just not good enough. Lap started off with a bad turn 1 and then this mistake. That's how easy you can mess up in F1 esports. Now the start was really decent. Brandon had a great start, but he just couldn't get past, and then he gets spun out, I think, or gets loose from something, I don't know. But anyways, we are leaving a lot of space here for Daniel Haddad. We're fighting him side by side throughout the S's, and here he hits us a little bit, and that causes me to run wide, and he's going by. Probably for him it wasn't a big hit, but of course I'm complaining about it because I basically lost the position which I should have had over the next few corners. Then Sebastian Job is getting spun out. I think, I don't know, I didn't really pay attention to what happened there. So Brandon and Haddad spun. Then Dani, he moves really late. When he saw I'm still going for that inside line, which he probably didn't expect, but I was like, mate, you literally didn't give me the position back, so I wanted to do something. But yeah, he moved late, and with that we made collision, and I complained again. So it's starting off with a decent road rage into the race. Now on lap 8, the first car is pitting. That's Patrick Seaports going from mediums to hard. And we are moving up a position by that. And now you will hear a little bit of team radio.
We can extend to 12 if you want to be more safe, Marcel.
It's not about tire wear, it's just about mentioning that the strategy is quite right now.
Everyone is still in the train. There's no one that's lost DRS.
I'm just thinking, because we wanted to undercut with me onto the mediums, which is working really good, but then again tires will be dead at the end. So this is super early, and I will also have insane tire wear by the end. Now we have a 9.3 second gap to the car ahead when we leave the pits, and our outlap needs to be fast. Let's see if it worked against Daniele, and it definitely did. A massive undercut considering we were behind him, and now we are nearly 7 tenths up, and in the next corner we are already out of the DRS window. So this was a perfect execution of an undercut. Of course we had to use our ERS. Fastest lap right here, and now we are also getting out ahead of Joni Tomala and Simon Weigang, right behind Fabrizio Dinoso, Delgado and Mathis van Erven, the Haas driver. And well, so we were in a good strategy, and it was looking promising to score big points, maybe even top 5 depending on how things go, or top 6, 7. But then we had a silver arrow ahead of us, Mr. Jake Benham. Let him introduce himself. So he did basically what I did in Brazil the last year in 2021. He did it, I think, a bit more extreme, but still, from what I know, it was fair. Like, he just did his job. He didn't take anyone out. He was just like holding up the field. And with that, he was also slowing us down a lot. So people that pitted later, and there was a plan for him to hold up us, so Jarno can maybe charge past us with way fresher tires, because Jarno was still in the mix for the driver's title, and if he doesn't score big points here, he's basically out of the competition, because Blakely, Barry and Thomas, Ronha and Freddy, they were so far ahead in the track position, so they would just gain too many points and Jarno would basically be out of contention. So there's so much chaos going on ahead of us. We are trying to be smart here, and Beresney gets spun right ahead of us. We don't make any contact. We literally reacted perfectly for that. And now there's another situation where Dinoso is trying to make a move on Benham. Mathis is flashing, and with that Mathis is actually hitting Fabrizio, which is ruining Fabrizio's run, but we stay patient with that move past the Ferrari driver, and Jake is finally pitting in lap 19, going into lap 20. I was thinking about going on a move on Mathis, but then again I had also really low ERS and my tires would be way worse, so I was thinking, okay, he's fighting, I'm fighting, I'm not getting anywhere here, I'm not gonna make a move into turn 1. Now Brandon went past Fabrizio because he had way fresher tires. You remember, he spun, but because of Benham's driving, Brandon and also even Sebastian Job could catch up again, and yeah, like, it made our life way harder. So the people that pitted later onto mediums, they were flying, and also had less trouble, I think, with ERS because we used ours and they knew, hey, there's an opportunity here. Yeah, so really difficult. Lap 25 now, Brandon is going for a move. Also, by the way, I have no problem with Jake. I'm literally not hating him here. I think what he did is smart and good for the team. And yeah, you can hear my frustration because Brandon was pushing me onto the exit curve, with that ruining my exit, now giving his teammate a tow. And I got frustrated. I was really pissed off here, so I was colliding with Fabrizio a little bit on the straight. I immediately after the race apologized to him because I thought, like, that was so stupid. I mean, Fabrizio had nothing to do with it. It was just like, I was thinking Ferrari, you know, the connection there. So I was really pissed. He wasn't mad at it, he understood it. And now there's another moment. You know, the AlphaTauri Red Bull team relationship, we are not really like working together, but we are not holding each other up. And I knew that Sebastian had way better tires, and I thought if he has a lot of ERS, go ahead, like, attack these guys. He can get maybe P6. But then when I saw he was flashing, I was like, no, I need him. Like, he can still take my position. But now having Beresney right behind me on the hards, with my dead tires, you can see they are all pulling away. I can literally not hold on to them at all. They are all so quick, and Beresney is catching on the hard compound. I'm literally using my ERS to have any sorts of grip out of the corners. And again, out of this corner, Beresney staying super tight, even gaining on us. So if Sebastian would have been right behind us, he could have went past, no problem. But I needed that point just because we were in the constructors fight against Haas, Mercedes and McLaren. McLaren was basically gone, but we needed that P2. And now you can see that the arrow is freaking out. And I was squeezing Dani on the straight, but then he took me out and my race was basically over. I apologize for Dani because my arrow was so like weird. And he apologized to me. Like this was literally a race where everything went wrong to me. And I was super pissed off. But yeah, sometimes these things go like that. I'm not mad at anyone here. Yeah, let's go to the recap. Alright, what do I have to say? What a shit race. I mean, our pace hasn't been bad in the race. I messed up the chicane so bad in Quali, and that was my biggest mistake. Probably lost us a 10th-ish on average, on every single lap. Especially in Q2. But then, yeah, race start good. Get punted around a bit, but we positioned ourselves well again. We did good moves, smart moves. And in the end, it just got all a bit heated up, emotional and unnecessary chaos. I mean, we didn't benefit a lot from Benham, but Benham didn't do a dirty thing. It was just, he did his job. All right, he did his job. So you can't blame the guy. Yeah, I think it's just been a really rough one. And for those not understanding the Red Bull AlphaTauri constellation, it's not like we are directly working together, but we are still trying to not like make each other's life harder, if you know what I mean. That's pretty much how you can sum it up. So I was frustrated, but I mean, it's just racing. Sometimes you just do things and that's fine. In the heat of the moment, I was pissed. We move on. Life continues. These things happen. Alright? So don't be mad at me being angry in a race. Don't be mad at anyone else for doing something that I might have not liked or don't like. It's just racing. Sometimes it happens. But yeah, I still hope you enjoyed the video. And if you did, please, you know what to do. I will see you in the next one. Have a great day. You're Marcel.